Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about my experience with the Ideal You NutriMost diet. I just went in for the consultation. Um, couldn't find much about the process, so I figured I would document it for anybody else who's thinking about it. So I've been hearing a lot about it on the radio. The guy I listened to, he's done it, and I think he's lost between 60 and 80 pounds so far. And he says that it's the only diet that's worked for him so far. So I started researching it and decided to go in for a consultation. That part was pretty easy to schedule. I just looked them up. I'm in Michigan. So the closest location to me is about 45 minutes. So I called them up and on a Friday, and they had me come in on a Monday. So it was just a few days later that I went in for my consultation. So I went in, I filled out just a quick, kind of like the doctor's office paper, just stuff like name, address, medical problems, medications you're on, what your starting weight is, what your goal weight is, and what other diet systems you've tried. So I went in for that. They took me back. They had me watch a quick video that I've actually seen on YouTube during my research with the guy who started the program. It's like a 4.5-minute video, and then after that, I got on a scale to be weighed, and I don't know what kind of scale it is, but it gives you a whole bunch of readings. Now, I'm not really sure about these numbers because I also bought a scale like this, and the numbers are completely different. But these are the numbers that they gave me from the scale reading. So my weight is 189, body fat percentage is 44.3, water percentage is 40, my metabolic age is 77, which is crazy. My scale maybe says like maybe in the 40 some. I'm 34 years old, so either way it's high, but this is like way high. So it makes me wonder a little bit about these numbers, but then they also kind of put it in a graph. And obviously you want to be in the green. A couple of them I'm not far off on, but there's other ones that I'm pretty far off on. So after they gave me this paper, they took me into another room, and I went in for the actual consultation. This lady came in. I was a little surprised by the consultation. I thought she'd come in and she talked to me about my goals and why I want to lose weight and stuff like that, but she didn't really go into that. She basically just came in and started talking about the program. She kind of broke it down for me a little bit into boxes. So the first phase, which they must do a little bit different because I joined a support group for people on the program, and they all talk about 5 stages. But I'm pretty sure where I'm going, they put the first 3 stages into one because it's the days. It makes sense to do it this way. So the first stage is 44 days, which is normally stage 1, phase 1 through 3. And she said on average, they guarantee you lose at least 20 pounds, but it's 20 to 40. She said most women lose 30 pounds in the 44 days. So she kind of gave me an idea of what that looks like. Basically, you get up in the morning, you take your supplements, and you start drinking your water, which also has supplements inside of it. No breakfast. Midday you eat a fruit. Lunch you have a protein, and you also have a vegetable. Mid-afternoon you have another fruit, and then for dinner you have another protein and another vegetable, and that's it. You are allowed coffee or tea in the morning as well. I don't drink either one of those, so basically I'll be drinking water for the next 44 days. Really strict about no oils. You're not allowed to use oils on your skin. You have to change like your toothpaste and your deodorants and your skincare and your makeup. They all have suggested stuff that you can buy at the store. Big thing about the system is that it's food that you buy at the store and you make it yourself. So yeah, that is basically what the first 44 days look like. And then you get into phase 2, and that is 21 days of reset, which I believe is where they start introducing oils back into your diet. And then you have 21 days of re-entry, which I think is where they start adding more foods into your diet as well. With the proteins, she kind of explained to me, they gave me a list of proteins that I can eat, things like eggs and turkey and chicken and a lot of seafood, which I don't eat seafood. Bison, elk, I don't eat bison or elk. Beef, really lean beef, I guess we're allowed to have. She said that you basically need at least 4 proteins on that list to do the diet because they don't want you repeating proteins in one day or the following day. So you need at least 4 proteins to work with. So after that, she went over price. It's very, very expensive. She did include 20-day extension, which said normally they charge, I think, $200 for. But since most women you lose around 30 pounds, I want to lose closer to 40, 45 pounds. So I would probably need an extension. So she did include that. Not sure how it's going to work yet, if I just continue on from the 40 days or if I finish the program and then I go back for another 20 days on the first phase. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Once I signed up, she took my credit card. They had, what is it? Care credit. You can do care credit, and you have a year to pay for it. It is a few $100s more if you do it that way, or you can do one-time payments, and then you get a few $100s off doing it that way. So that was pretty much it for the consultation. She was ready to get me going that day. I didn't really have time because I had to get back home to pick up my kids. So I'm actually going in today to get all my stuff and the information. I will let you guys know how that goes. I'll probably make another video maybe even later on today. But yeah, that was it for the consultation. If you're thinking about doing that, I would definitely join the Facebook group. There's a lot of good information there, a lot of good support. So when I signed up for this, I didn't tell my husband about it at first. And when I told him about it last weekend, he was not happy. He's supportive, but he's in good shape and he knows a lot about diet and exercise and stuff like that. So his thing was that you could just buy a book to learn how to lose weight. So the fact that I joined a system and paid almost a couple $1,000s to do it, he definitely wasn't happy about. So I kind of went on the Facebook page and I was asking them about, how it would work without support. And I think I got like 200 comments and people saying that, if I have any questions, contact them, that they would support me. So it's a great page for support if you're going to do it. If you're just thinking about doing it, you get to see people talk about successes, struggles, questions, any questions you have. People are always more than welcome to answer them. So if you're thinking about doing that, go on to Facebook and join the NutriMost support page. Definitely suggest that. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I will let you guys know how the rest of it goes. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna be kind of surprised by all the rules, but why I'm doing it is it's short term. There's a goal date. It's not like you're on this diet until you lose the weight. Like you're on it for 44 days or 40 days. And there's kind of a goal, like, okay, I can do this only 35 more days, only 30 more days. So I'm hoping that and you get quick results. Another thing too is you can't work out on this diet, I guess. You are only eating between 600 and 800 calories a day. So at first when she's like, we don't really want you working out. If you want to go for a walk or a bike ride, that's fine, but no like hard workouts. And at first I was like, well, that makes sense because you're taking in so many or so few calories that you'll probably pass out if you go do a workout. But then I started thinking about it some more. And if you start, 'cause obviously people talk about how there's not a lot of loose skin on this diet, like because you lose so much weight so quick. Obviously it's a concern. You do have to drink half your body weight in ounces in water a day. So I've heard that you're drinking so much water, it helps keep that loose skin from happening. But I was like, maybe I can just do a little bit of weightlifting or toning while I'm doing the diet. But then when I thought about it, it would mess with my weight loss number, because obviously muscle, I'd be gaining muscle. So I'm thinking maybe that's why they don't want you working out, is they can't say that you lost 20 pounds because you'd be gaining it in muscle if you're working out. I'm going to ask her about that today to see why they really don't want you doing any working out, but I'm going to guess it's probably the reason why. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'm doing the NutriMost through Ideal You. I think it's Dr. Stanley. One thing I'm so far that I don't really care for is a lot of places they have coaches, like an individual coach that kind of guides you through and knows your case, and that you call when you have questions or problems. These locations don't provide coaches, which at first I was really discouraged by that, just because I know I don't have a lot of support at home as far as that goes. I have kids who know that there's going to be less junk food in the house, so they're not really supportive, and obviously my husband isn't super supportive about the system. So I've talked to people on the Facebook page. It seems like half the people have a coach and half the people don't. They say that it's okay, so I'm not going to say right now whether or not it's good or it's bad not to have a coach, but I definitely wish I did have a coach. I actually, the day after I told my husband, we got into this big fight, the lady who did my consultation called, and she wanted to know how I was doing. And I was like, well, not great. I told her about how I told my husband, and he was upset. And she's like, well, what day of the diet are you on? And I said, I haven't started the diet yet. She was with me when I scheduled that appointment. It was just less than a week earlier. And she's like, that's right, I remember now. She's like, well, I guess we'll just see you in a few days, because that's when I go back today. So I don't know. That was kind of like, okay, this is exactly why I want a coach, somebody who knows me and what I'm going through, and I don't know, that just, it wasn't a great feeling. But I'm not going to say for sure whether or not that's going to be a really bad thing not to have a coach. We will see, and I will let you guys know. Definitely a little nervous about it, but I'm excited too. On the Facebook page, you get to see a lot of before and afters, and it definitely works for people who can stick with it. It's a pretty strict diet, and my biggest problem, I think, is going to be the skincare. Not using my normal skincare, my normal deodorant, my normal makeup. I'm a pretty big fan of all that stuff. So to go 44 days without using any of it is going to be a problem. There is a list of things that you can use, but I know for a fact, like the shampoo, I don't like the shampoo on the list. I've heard some people say that they've done the system while using some stuff that they weren't supposed to, and they still lost plenty of weight. But then there's always somebody there saying, well, what if you used what you're supposed to? You could have lost more. And that's the big question. There's no way to really know. Since everyone's different and everyone's journey's different, could you have lost more weight by using everything they suggested? There's no way to know. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try what they suggest and see if I can adjust to it. It's only 44 days. So yeah, I will update you guys. That was the consultation. I'll update you guys after I go in to get my stuff and my, I don't even know what they call it, but I'll let you guys know.